Disclaimer: this video is 100% my own opinion. You have been warned. So this video is going to be about the Wii U, and was it really that bad? And the simplest answer is no, I don't think it was that bad. I mean, granted, it wasn't the best console by any means. There's tons that are way better. But honestly, I think it was pretty ahead of its time. Really, I mean, not too many controllers have its own built-in screen right here, you know? So, I mean, very unique. I mean, I know the Switch pretty much took it over, but I mean, this is definitely a predecessor to the Switch. And I don't think a lot of people give it credit for that. I mean, it's such a unique console, and yeah, one main problem is its name, the Wii U. It does sound like a add-on to the Wii, but of course it isn't. But I mean, it does have some compatibility with the Wii to make it seem like it might actually be a accessory to the Wii. Like you can use the Wii remote with it on certain games, or all of them. And that's one thing I could definitely see someone could say, hey, it's like an accessory. And another thing is the game library. A lot of people say, oh, there's no games. Like, no, there's actually plenty of games for this. I mean, not a whole ton, but enough to actually enjoy the console. I mean, you still have the greats, like Mario Kart 8, or just play Mario Kart in general. I mean, a Pokemon game, Pokken Tournament, that's one. I mean, that's one reason why I even wanted a console, the Wii U, was for Pokken Tournament. So, and another game that's on it, which I don't know if a lot of people know that or not, is Minecraft. Also, I mean, that's a huge game and still very much popular. So, it's not like the console didn't have any games. It's just there wasn't a whole lot of third-party games. I mean, yeah, some people might consider that a downside, but there's such Nintendo fans out there. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that's, why did it truly flop? I mean, the name was probably, again, the biggest thing. But, I mean, could it ever make a comeback? I don't think so. But it is definitely a unique console. And, again, a lot of people don't give it credit for it. I mean, it's not like it has old features on it, truly. I mean, it still has, you know, HDMI. Let's see if it'll focus. I mean, it still has HDMI, so it's not like it isn't new features or anything. And I mean, USB, and it gets a little loud sometimes, but I think that's mostly a disk drive, so it's mostly silent. And even for the little fan back here, you might think it's pretty loud, but really it's not actually all that loud. And of course, front USB and SD card. I mean, lots of interesting things about it. I mean, also slot loading, if you can imagine. So, the main question is, truly, why did it fail? I mean, some would say the expensive controller, which I can see being expensive, but it's one of the things that's just, you know, you kind of like buy it once and that's it. I mean, there's some parts to it that can be a little, like, I don't know if you could possibly see it, but a little bit of a mess up. But I mean, it still has a stylus, like pretty much every Nintendo thing now, or I think ever almost. Or, you know, volume thing. I mean, and one neat thing is that's very much like its successor, the Switch, is you could basically run the thing off of just this. You don't have to be connected to a TV for it to work. And that's one thing that's neat, and also TV control. I mean, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, see it right there, you know, TV control. So, I mean, actually, that's actually pretty useful. I think it's kind of like a universal remote, but I mean, at least it works with smart TVs, kind of thing. So, I mean, the controller is not even awkward. I mean, it's actually pretty comfortable in the hands. So, I mean, it does get some a little bit used to if you're used to other consoles, like PlayStation or Xbox, so you'll get some time to get used to it. But I mean, it's one of those things that I think that we should be given a little more credit than it is now. I mean, it has amiibo support for like Smash Bros. Or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. And so, I mean, there's. I mean, again, like the only real downside is even games though you can't have more than one gamepad. Well, this is called like a gamepad basically. You have to use like a I think it's kind of like a Pro controller for like the Wii U. I don't think the Switch one will work with it, but it's worth a shot. If you already have a Switch and a Wii U, try it out. You have to use like a Wii controller. And I do find it kind of weird that you can't have more than one gamepad per system. But hey, that's their own kind of thing. So, I mean, it's an interesting console to say the least. I mean, even a little camera there for like certain things. And honestly, it's very much unique, like I've been saying. So, I mean, if you already have a Wii U, dust the thing off, try playing some games on it. I mean, I don't think they're making any new games for it, per se. But, still, I mean, you can find some pretty good games from GameStop that's still Wii U. I mean, got like Minecraft yesterday, and that's a very fun to play on this console. You can play online with it too, of course, pretty easily. And you don't have to pay for online services to play online. You know, cough, Xbox One and PS4, cough. Seriously, I mean, I don't see why you would do that. I mean, maybe like for the Plus services or Game Pass kind of thing. And that's one of the nice things about these older consoles is, like, PS3, Xbox, well, I don't even think Xbox 360. You have to like still pay for online services, but I mean, PS3 for instance, you can just create an account for free. You don't have to pay for, PS Plus or anything like that. So it's not like you have to pay to be online on those. And this is another one of the same. You don't have to really pay to be online. You just have a Nintendo account. You can, I guess, like in Minecraft for instance, you can seriously just go into the mini games and play online with people, and that's actually very much a fun experience on the system. And again, like, it's one of those neat things where, hey, you don't want to have it connected up to the TV or someone else is already playing on the TV, like watching like a football game or whatever. You can just still turn on the system and just play it on the screen here. And actually, it's not a bad looking screen. That's another thing. It's actually a very nice looking display. So, again, I don't see why this console gets so much flack. And that's the thing that's, I think, really kills this console is more the media, honestly. Like they say, hey, it's bad, don't get it, then people automatically assume, like, oh, it's bad, don't get it. Like, no, I mean, again, it's a person's opinion that's saying it. I mean, unless they give like foolproof evidence that it's bad, like the controller like snaps in half kind of thing, then yeah, that's not a very well designed controller, for instance. Then I could definitely see it being true, like they said it, it's true. So that's another thing. Is, I mean, the controller actually feels pretty robust in the hand, but it's also another thing. The controller, I mean, the screen, of course, you don't want to jab at kind of thing. I mean, it's still, it's a plastic screen. It's also touch screen, so even then, I mean, new features kind of thing. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a dinosaur kind of thing. When you're playing the games on there, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is an old console. It just, to me, kind of feels like it's just slightly below the Switch in certain ways. I mean, I'm not saying it's as good as the Switch or ever will be. It's one of those things that's like, I don't think people should be shunning this thing away and just go on a Switch. I mean, definitely try them both out. I mean, the Wii U has some very interesting things to offer to its games, and it's very much a unique game console. I mean, even one thing is you don't even have the thing hooked up to this thing, and it'll be just fine. Like, it's purely wireless kind of thing. So I mean, you can go into another room, play on this while this is in a different room entirely. So I mean, that's another thing that's actually pretty cool about it, is it's truly, kind of by itself controller. But I mean, again, of course, you do still need this to play anything. You still need it to be on, in other words. So, kind of like if you lose this and you still have this, don't think, hey, I can still play games on it, kind of thing. I mean, no, you still need it hooked up. But I mean, it's still very much a unique console, and I think people should play it a little more often. And it's one of the things that I don't think should have been so, despised. It should have been used more, honestly. It's a neat console, of course. And I think it's definitely the beginning of, hey, you have the thing hooked up to your TV or play on the go. Well, I say go, but it's more on the lines of just in a different room kind of thing. You can't just take the thing out separately. There's a way where you could do is kind of get one of those giant battery banks that actually are wall outlet on it kind of thing. Hook that up to this, and you could technically take that with you outside and play. It doesn't. On certain things, you don't need the internet to be on. I mean, like for Minecraft, for instance, you don't need to be on the internet for that. Or Pokken Tournament, you don't need to be on the internet for that. Mario Kart, you don't need to be on the internet for that. So, I mean, in a way, it's portable. It's just not in a practical sense of portable. Hope you enjoyed the video, and again, purely my opinion. So, if you have something to say about it, please do leave a comment. And if you do decide to leave a dislike, again, please leave a comment as to why you disliked it. It's good to know feedback. Thank you for watching the video.